Forget the space race, forget the Cold War. The biggest global competition of our lifetime is happening right now, and it's not being fought with rockets or spies. It's a race for artificial intelligence. And look, this isn't just about who builds a better chatbot. This is about who's going to control the next trillion-dollar industries, who will write the rules for the global economy, and yeah, who will have the ultimate military advantage. The stakes, they're astronomically high. You've got two main contenders, the US and China, and they are in an all-out sprint. So today we're going to unpack the official American game plan to win this thing, and then we'll look at the actual data to see who's really in the lead. Let's get into it. To really get a sense of the sheer ambition here, you only have to look at the very first line from the White House's official AI action plan. Just listen to that language. It doesn't say compete, or participate, or even just lead. Nope, the goal is unquestioned and unchallenged global technological dominance. I mean, that is not the language of diplomacy. That's a heavyweight champion telling the world he has zero intention of ever giving up the belt. It frames this whole thing as a winner-take-all fight for the most powerful technology ever made. It's a clear declaration. We're here to win, and win so big that second place isn't even in the picture.
And that, of course, brings us to the big question, right? With a goal that audacious, how is the US actually doing? Is this whole plan for total dominance based in reality, or is it just, wishful thinking on government letterhead? Because in the worlds of tech and finance, talk is cheap. It's all about execution. So to figure this out, we need to do two things. First, we've got to understand the playbook the US wrote for itself. And second, we have to check that playbook against the actual scoreboard.
All right, so how does the US government actually plan to pull this off? What's the official strategy? Well, it's all laid out in a big document called America's AI Action Plan. You can basically think of this as the playbook for Team USA in the AI Olympics. It's the official roadmap for securing an American win. And the language in this document is pretty wild. It says winning the AI race isn't just a small step forward, it's going to unleash an industrial revolution, an information revolution, and a renaissance all at once. It paints this incredible picture of a new American golden age, all powered by AI. But it also comes with a really stark warning. This future is, and I quote, ours to seize or to lose. It's a directed mission that American leadership is not a given. It has to be fought for. So let's crack open this playbook and see what the game plan is. So first off, what does dominance even mean when we're talking about AI? Well, according to the plan, it's not just about building the one best AI model, kind of like having the world's fastest supercar. It's about owning the entire racetrack, the factories that build the cars, the rulebook for the race, and even the TV broadcast rights. It's about controlling the whole ecosystem, the best research, the most powerful computer chips, the most innovative companies, all of it. The winner here doesn't just get a gold medal, they get to set the rules for the whole planet. They literally get to be the architect of the future. The whole strategy really boils down to three main pillars. Pillar number one, accelerate innovation. This is all about letting America's private sector, the startups, the big tech giants, run wild and innovate faster than anyone else. Pillar two, build infrastructure. Modern AI has a crazy appetite for two things. Just insane amounts of computing power, which means chips, and the massive amounts of energy to power those chips. So this pillar is all about making sure America can build a ton of both right here at home. And finally, pillar three, lead internationally. This is the global chess match, building a team of allies who all use American AI, while actively working to slow down the competition. So how does this all translate to action? And this really shows you the philosophy behind the plan. It is aggressive, it's unapologetically pro-business, and it's all about speed. The first move is to remove red tape. Basically, get the government out of the way of the builders. The second is a simple, powerful mantra: build, baby, build. That means fast-tracking the giant data centers and power plants that AI needs. Then there's a laser focus on bringing chip manufacturing back to the US to control that critical supply chain. And on the world stage, the plan is simple: get our allies hooked on our tech, and at the same time, actively block Chinese influence wherever we can. So the takeaway is clear: the American plan is all about deregulation, building at home, and playing hardball internationally. Okay, so that's the plan. It's ambitious, it's bold, it's got a clear vision for how to win. But as any good investor knows, a company's business plan is one thing, its actual performance is another. A plan is what you hope will happen. The data? Well, the data is what's actually happening. So let's look at the numbers and see who's really leading this race right now. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Because once you step away from the government strategy documents and you start looking at the hard data, the actual performance of these AI models, that clear picture of American dominance, it starts to get a little blurry. The data doesn't show a blowout. It shows a neck-and-neck race, where each side is taking the lead in super important parts of the competition. Let's start with where the US is clearly ahead. When it comes to the most powerful, cutting-edge AI systems, what they call frontier models, the US is on top. These are the big, expensive models from labs like OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. Right now, America builds the most capable AI in the world, period. But, and this is a big but, if you look at the trend, China is catching up, and they are catching up fast. The gap is shrinking every single month.
But now, let's look at a totally different battlefield, open source AI. And here, the winner is completely different. See, open source models are released for free. Anyone can download them, tweak them, and build on top of them. This is what fuels explosive, widespread innovation. And on this front, the story totally flips. For a long time, the US was leading here too, but then in late 2024, something huge happened. China took the lead. For the first time ever, the best open source AI model in the world came from a Chinese lab. This is a massive deal because it shows a completely different strategy at play. And this really gets to the heart of the two competing philosophies in this race. The US strategy has been dominated by a few elite labs making these incredibly powerful but totally closed-off proprietary models. You can think of it like building a few perfect multi-billion-dollar aircraft carriers. China, though, is making a different bet. It's building a much bigger ecosystem of companies all in on an open-weight strategy. They're basically giving away their weapons for free to spark an explosion of innovation. It's less like building aircraft carriers and more like mass-producing millions of fast, cheap, and adaptable drones. And make no mistake, that Chinese ecosystem is moving at a breathtaking speed. We're not talking about one or two companies playing catch-up. We're talking about a whole swarm of them. Labs like DeepSeek, giants like Alibaba and Baidu, tons of startups, all in a brutal competition with each other. They're constantly trying to one-up each other, dropping new, more powerful models every few months. In AI, that speed of iteration is everything. It's a massive competitive advantage. So, let's put it all together. On one side, you've got America's official plan for total, unquestioned dominance. And on the other side, you've got the hard data showing a race that's so close, China is actually taking the lead in the critical area of open source. So what does this all mean for the future of this race? It means we are in a genuine, down-to-the-wire, two-horse race. This is not a blowout, it's a dead heat. You could say the US has the heavyweight champ with a single biggest knockout punch, those top-tier frontier models. But China's got a challenger that's faster, more adaptable, and is empowering a massive army of innovators to swarm the ring. That grand American plan for dominance is smashing right into the messy reality of a very determined and very well-funded competitor. And that brings us to the single most important takeaway from all of this. Here it is. In a tech revolution that moves this fast, a plan on paper is just a piece of paper. Victory won't be decided by who wrote the best strategy document. It's going to be decided by who executes faster in the real world. Who can build data centers in months, not years? Who can train an army of engineers? And who can turn all this amazing research into products that people and businesses actually use? So let's just lay it all out. Here's the state of play right now. The US has the edge in raw power, thanks to its elite labs building closed models. It's a strategy of centralized, top-down innovation. China, on the other hand, has grabbed the lead in the open source world, betting that speed and widespread adoption will win in the long run. And each side has a massive wild card. For the US, it's all about execution. Can it actually cut the red tape and move as fast as the plan says it needs to? And for China, the wild card is quality. Can its fast-moving open ecosystem eventually match the raw power of America's best models? Look, this is one of the most important stories of our lifetime, and we are watching it unfold in real time. We've seen the American plan for total dominance, and we've seen the data that shows this race is anything but over. One side is betting on centralized power. The other is betting on decentralized speed. It is a classic battle of strategies. So after seeing the plan and the data, I'll just leave you with this one question. In the race for AI dominance, who are you betting on?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.